Hello, welcome to the stretching corner. I wanted to come in here and do a little stretching, but also talk about body image. So we're going to bring our arm across, kind of pull it down and around. Just take a few deep breaths. And I want you to sit with the question of, how do you view your body? Is there things that you don't like about your body? Are there things that you really like about your body? We'll bring the arm up. And what is influencing you about your decision about your body? And we'll come over to the side. And release, and then we'll switch to the other side. So, if you had to choose between looking good and moving well, which would you choose? And this might be based on your age, right? Maybe you're 90 years old and you're like, definitely moving well, because I really don't care anymore about how my body looks. But if you're 25 and you're like, I don't really care how I move, I just want to look really good. There's not a right or wrong answer. But I'm just curious what your motives are. Bring the head over to the side. And why they're there. Switch to the other side. It is getting harder and harder to know the reality of how people look, right? Because we have this wonderful thing called social media. It could be a bad thing when bringing the chin up. And there's all these filters, right? And there's all these angles. And sometimes we get that image in our head and then we don't think that we live up to that or match up to that, chin to the chest. So I ask you, what are you filling your visual with? What kind of visual stimuli do you get? And intellectually, turn over to the side. If these things are constantly in your face, you might start playing the comparative game. I know I do when it's in my face. And then we'll switch to the other side. Coming forward, I'm trying to come to a place with my body that I am honoring the way that it is, but also recognizing how well it moves, how I feel, rather than how I look. And it's been a long journey. I don't wear tank tops. I'm wearing a tank top just because I'm like, okay, this is part of my acceptance of myself. We bring our feet out forward and we're just doing the legs back and forth, just getting the hips. And it doesn't matter who says, oh, you look so good, or whatever. It seems to not change my perception of myself. But I'm starting to be like, you know what? I can lift things and I can do things for myself. And I am very happy about that. And I just have a human body, but it's working. And it's beautiful because it allows me to do the things that I want to do. And even if I had the perfect body, would I think it was perfect? Probably not. So, I guess all that I really wanted to chat with you about is just these few questions about how do you perceive your body? How do you treat yourself? What are you looking at? And what was the last one? What are you looking at? And do you value the way you look more than the way that you move? Those are the questions I have for you. I want you to sit with those questions. And there's no right or wrong answer to those questions. But do a little digging, a little research. It's the first way that we can kind of change the narrative. Because y'all, we don't have time to not like ourselves. And it never seems, all the clients that I've worked with that have been on some type of journey about not loving their body, them hating it more never gave them a better result. Stretching the hip, either here or here. I'm gonna go here. So sometimes we think that's the fuel we need. We need to be pushing and not liking ourselves to get the results we want. And typically that is just not the case. I've noticed people having a bigger failure rate when that is the case, because they're so hard on themselves that when they're not perfect, they just sometimes want to completely give up. And I hope that's not you. And I hope that you are in a place. I'll switch to the other side and then I'll be done with my soapbox. I just hope that you're in a place that you can appreciate what you have and you can still build on it, but you are in a place where you're like, I am so glad that I can move and that I can enjoy life because I have a body that's living. And I want to work on it to make it more well. So thank you for joining me tonight in this little discussion and little stretch. I'm going to have us just take a few deep breaths. Maybe close your eyes. And we're going to do a little tapping. We're going to start at the top of the head. We're just going to say, I accept and love my body. And then we're going to move down to the corner of the eye near the nose. I accept and love my body. Then to the outside edge of the eye. I accept and love my body. You're saying this to yourself underneath the eye. I accept and love my body. Then underneath the nose, I accept and love my body. Underneath the mouth, I accept and love my body. On the sternum, I accept and love my body. And then down, I accept and love my body. One more time around. So going to the top of the head, deep inhale. Exhale. I accept and love my body. And then our part of the I accept and love my body. On the outside of the I accept and love my body. Underneath the I accept and love my body. Underneath the nose, I accept and love my body. Underneath the lips, I accept and love my body. The chest, I accept and love my body. Underneath, I accept and love my body. Or maybe it's I will accept and love my body. And just say thank you to your body for getting you around, for being a helping hand for somebody else. Peace be to you.